Good morning, my beautiful friends. It is Heather Dunlop with Thriving Woman. And what I want to share with you today is why it's important to have a coach. See, there's so many businesses and sports, especially, where we see coaches and we see these people performing at these extremely high levels and they have a coach. And you kind of wonder, well, why do they still need a coach? They've reached this amazing level. Why can't they do it on their own? Why do they still need a coach? And I want to share with you the reason why. The reason why is because a coach can see something that the player, that athlete, that business person, that individual cannot see in themselves. Let me say it again. The coach can see what the individual cannot see themselves in their own performance. So I want to share with you an example. Let's talk about Roger Federer, right? Australian Open's happening right now. Love watching tennis. I think it's an absolutely amazing sport. And one of the things about tennis is that for so many years, once that player stepped on the court, it was all about that player and their competitor, right? The coaches were not allowed to participate and coach them along the way. And you would see some players who were extremely good at figuring it out on the court, and others who got stuck in a rut and just kept going down that same path. So I want to talk about Roger Federer because, in my eyes, he is one of the absolute greatest players ever to have played the game. He's just so smooth and skilled, and it looked effortless. And the great ones always make it look effortless, don't they? They also always find a way to win. But here's the thing, for many, many years, Roger had a coach when he was coming up, when he reached number one, when he was winning Grand Slam after Grand Slam after Grand Slam. He had a coach. Then there was a period in his career when he said, you know what? I don't need a coach. I've got this. I can do this on my own. I'm the number one player in the world. Look at all of these Grand Slam tournaments I've won and all these other singles titles that I have won. I don't need a coach. So he went on his own. And what happened during that period? His performance started to slip a little. Why? Because he didn't have a coach. He he had Mirka with him, who was a former player herself, so she could see certain things. We have to remember though, she wasn't his coach. She was his girlfriend, his wife. They were in a relationship, so they had a different relationship, a different communication going on that was about their relationship first and play second. When you have a coach, the coach is there solely for your performance, to make you a better performer, to help you see the things you cannot see. So during that period when he didn't have a coach, he struggled in his game. And you would see him during a match get stuck in a rut and just stay in that rut and not want to adjust and adapt and get out of it because all he had in his head was his own voice. When he went back to a coach, that's when you saw a shift happen. That's when you said, okay, here's the Roger I know. Here's the Roger that we all love watching because his performance lifted again on the court. Even though he didn't have that coach on the court with him, that time off the court, that coach could say, hey, here's what you're doing in this pattern. Okay, now things have changed in the game. We need to shift a little bit here, and we're going to make some adjustments over here. We're going to work on your serve. We're going to work on your return game here. His fitness has always been phenomenal, and yet he had fitness coaches as well. So work with a coach. Why? Because that coach can see in your performance what you cannot see when you're the one on the field, the individual putting out the play, putting out the effort. You know, I have many coaches over the years in different roles, different things. An example is when I was working out a number of years ago. You know, I always worked out a lot on my own after I finished school and was no longer on the track team and no longer had a track coach. I would still go out for a run. You know, I'd still run frequently. I did my marathons after that. When I did my big marathon, I had a coach, my first marathon. I worked with a coaching team. I worked with a whole coaching group to help me figure out how to do this thing, how to figure out what's my plan, what's my training plan going to be, What pace should I go at? Don't go out too fast because you burn the energy and you need it for later on, right? Because 26 miles is a long way. It's not like you have the energy to sustain that. If you blow it all in the beginning, the second half is really painful. I had the coaches there to help me figure out the nutrition along the way and my hydration and what to do the night before. And also importantly, what to do after achieving that goal, because it can be a huge letdown. So your coach can help you see those things that you can't see in yourself. And they bring a different skill set to the table that, guess what? As you being the one being coached, you get to pull from their experience as well. So you're not doing it yourself. When you're doing it with multiple people, you always get to pull them in and get their experience. So guess what? You get to go faster and you get to achieve your vision faster and you get there in the way that you want to get there. So one of the things I do with my coaching clients is that I help you achieve your vision, not what I want for you, not in the words I want you to say, not in the way I want you to think. I help you see your own brain so that when you see your brain, you can see what has gotten you to where you are. And then you can say, hey, this is something that I want to change. And your coach can help you find that way to make that change happen so that you actually believe in your vision, and your vision of your future self and your future life becomes who you are. So I'm going to drop a link in the comments below. And if this is resonating with you, schedule a free 15-minute call on my calendar. Free 15-minute coaching call. Let's hop on, let's go deeper, and let's get to the root of what you want to happen in your life. Want to give a quick shout out. Hey, Hannah, I see you there. Hey, Marymar, I see you there too. Thanks for joining us today. Have an absolute wonderful day, and always, always, always remember, you have strength within you. This is Heather Dunlop. Make it an awesome day.